Yeah! Can't steal it! Woo! Wheel and deal it! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. You speak to me, scholar.
It's showtime, folks!
Welcome to the Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, episode 44. Okay, I know I missed that on the past couple of episodes, but I have it under control now.
Coming up on 1 year.
That is one of my co-hosts, plural.
Almost
Both
died
of
to
them.
Bishop Baylor.
Yeah, he almost did. That's Josh Cole. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then off to my left, stage right, I guess. Would that be correct? Or is this a stage? I don't know.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you are sitting where stage would be,
Yeah,
I am stage left.
you were stage left.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if
Okay.
I'm sitting where house is, I am house right.
Oh, okay.
But the important thing is what is wrong and what is right. And what is right is the fact that I am still the predictions champion. Because here's what happens, okay? No, put down your fat little hand.
That's the reflection of perfection,
Yeah.
Jason Lykens.
Yeah, everyone knows who I am. If you don't, you should. Because here's why. Why?
If only we had a camera for that.
Yeah.
And you see,
He did his best Simon Miller impression just now.
why? Here's why. All right. So, no, I'm still the predictions champion because what it comes down to is I have held on to that title longer than anyone. I have put it on the line more times than anyone, and I have defended it more times than anyone. So there comes a time in every man's life when they have to realize that there is a passion, and that passion sometimes means you have to have a little fun. And I don't remember any of us ever agreeing that the title was on the line for Money in the Bank, and it wasn't. It
Sounds
wasn't.
like we have a disputed championship and we need
No, it is
undisputed.
undisputed. What is disputed is the fact that you all are not on my same prediction par. Okay,
Says the
because
guy
I
who
am-
just got two right.
No, I am a real fan, okay? People can say that I'm not a wrestling fan, but I am a real fan. I know wrestling, and I know what's right and wrong, and what is wrong is that you think you're the champ, and what is right is that I am the rightful champ.
If you can't tell by Jason's tone, I won predictions.
Well, we tied Forbidden Door, but you won Money in the Bank, too. Yeah.
Yeah, because even though you tie with the champ, it's still, champions rules.
Yeah, that's
Champions advantage.
Yeah,
It goes back.
duh.
And the final score for Money in the Bank was
4-3-2, I believe.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why I only got two, okay? Because it didn't matter to me. Because the title wasn't on the line. So why am I going to go in and study and research and game plan when it doesn't matter?
Are you saying
I feel
this is
like-
a briefcase match? He has a briefcase now, can cash in when he wants?
Yeah, but what's going to happen with the cash-in?
I don't know.
What, trivia?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like all of this was premeditated because he did not come into the studio with the belt. The belt is not here.
No, it didn't need to be here.
So, yeah, speaking of Money in the
Do you
Bank.
know how difficult it is to carry around the 10 ounces of plastic?
I kind of like that name for the predictions belt, the 10 ounces of plastic.
Do you realize how tiresome it gets having hardly any weight on my shoulder?
Don't worry, I will
with
get my
one
title.
shoulder slightly lower than the other now.
I will-
Not noticeably. It's 10 ounces of plastic.
I don't worry, I will get my title one way or another. But speaking of Money in the Bank, it was last night. One of the biggest stories that came out of that.
Damian Priest kick out, yeah.
Yep, that rather interesting kick out. The green shirt guy wore a white shirt.
Oh,
I didn't even notice.
Yep, he did. He wore a white shirt.
Wasn't any
There
other
was a green shirt guy,
stories, huh?
Bragada.
There was at Regatta Pro Wrestling. There was a green shirt guy on the other side of the from where Josh and I were sitting.
Yeah, you say I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't book the champ.
Yeah.
With the 10 ounces of plastic.
The 10 ounces of plastic, yes. But John Cena announced his retirement. Announced that he is going on sort of a retirement tour. And his
Basically, 2025 is his last year as an in-ring performer. He'll go January to December. He said he has like 30 to 40 days tentatively scheduled.
Is that what he was talking about in the press conference after? Okay.
Yeah.
And,
And then we won't see him.
Yeah. People were confusing that WrestleMania 41 is his last. No, he's saying that's his last WrestleMania.
Last one he's
still
competing
going
in.
until December. So.
Well, did you notice the shirt that said Farewell Tour?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That, and then what was it? The towel said it's time for the end or something like that.
I didn't even see those.
Yeah, well, it was during the actual Money in the Bank broadcast.
I missed that part, yeah.
He walks out. He has this towel that says "Never give up" or whatever. You can't see me.
Funny enough, Shane
I'm the
McMahon
champ.
would also come out with a towel, but for a completely different reason. He would sweat from the time he would get from Gorilla to the Titantron. He would just be drenched in sweat, and they would have to towel him off.
Yeah.
Best in the world.
Fair. Yeah, best in the world. CM Punk thinks he's best in the world. It's actually Shane McMahon.
Here's what I think needs to happen, okay? John Cena's last promo after he gets beaten. He needs to say,
Presumably.
well, yeah, my time is up, your time is now.
Mic drop.
Boom.
Actually, no.
No?
That should be the ending to his Hall of Fame speech.
Maybe.
Yep. Now, the question is, well, I guess since he is going to be competing at this upcoming WrestleMania, because everybody's assuming that Bray is going to eventually go into the Hall of Fame posthumously. Bray headlines the next Hall of Fame next year.
I thought you were going to say WrestleMania.
No.
Jeff, we have a problem here, man.
Listen, I'm not the Saudi royal family wanting Yokozuna and Andre the Giant on the card.
And Ultimate Warrior.
And Ultimate Warrior. No, so I say that Bray is going to headline the next Hall of Fame, but then WrestleMania 42, since he is officially announced he's retiring and stepping away from in-ring competition, you got to put Cena in there.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt about that. WrestleMania 42, the location has not been announced. I'm assuming that it's going to be Indianapolis.
It seems like it, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, and this is just going to lead to our next story, and just to put a neat little bow on Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, cashed it in during the Damian Priest-Seth Rollins match. Then, as what a lot of people predicted, CM Punk comes in, screws him over. At first, I was a little iffy about that because I don't know, I'm weird. I don't like sometimes I like for them to cash in on the same night, but sometimes it just feels like a waste to me. And CM Punk made sure that this was a waste, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
It furthered
two storylines.
Exactly. It furthered two storylines in both Drew McIntyre,
Bring Seth back.
Yep, and Seth Rollins. So interesting to how that's going to flesh out. At first, I was going to knock him on it. Then I realized that I went, okay.
Well, I mean, also at the same time,
that's smart.
You have two Money in the Banks.
Yes.
So, now this is just going to put more emphasis on the single Money in the Bank with Tiffy Time.
Yep, Tiffy Time. Tiffany Stratton.
And the only reason why I know it's her is because of the song
I
Telling
Won
Me at the very beginning.
Tiffany Stratton won me the predictions title.
Speaking
yes.
of
No,
songs, Def Rebel actually did a pretty good job with Jacob Fatu's theme song. I will say
Does
that.
it start off with
No,
Jacob Fatu?
It does not.
Also, Sami Zayn did retain his title against Braun Breaker.
Shouldn't have happened.
Canada, that's the only thing I can think of.
You could either have Sammy win or Chelsea Green win.
Yeah.
I felt like it was going to be Sami Zayn. I feel like he's going to drop the belt at SummerSlam, but it's going to keep going.
I just wish it would have taken more to beat Braun Breaker.
Yes. I agree. I agree with that.
Just more.
Yeah, a haluva kick, just took him down. And then the Bloodline won in their respective match as well with Solo Sikoa
Which
pinning.
pretty much sets up the reported SummerSlam main event.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably see Reigns return.
Of Tonga Loa versus any move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how you mess up a low blow, but he botched a low blow.
Even like a butt punch.
Yeah. And I'm kind of glad Kevin Owens, the pro that he is, he's like he didn't react to it. He's like, no, you got to do that again. I'm not selling that. And then he does the low blow correctly the second time, and yeah. So, but yeah, that is Money in the Bank. And speaking of the Indianapolis talk, this is coming from WWE.com.
Yeah.
Quote, WWE and Indiana Sports Core today. This was the other, a week ago,
Something
I think?
like that, yeah.
Yeah, we just have now gotten around to it because of other things we were wanting to talk about. They announced a first-of-its-kind partnership that will bring WWE's 3 largest stadium events, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble, to Indianapolis. Kicking off with the Royal Rumble on February 1st, oddly enough, 2025 at Lucas Oil Stadium will host all 3 premium live events, including a 2-night SummerSlam and 2-night WrestleMania in future years. Also note, WrestleMania 41 will take place in Las Vegas on April 19th and 20th next year.
So
we've gotten a shift in the schedule.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing is possibly WrestleMania 2026 will be Indianapolis, then SummerSlam 27, because SummerSlam 26 is already scheduled.
Where is it?
Minneapolis.
Okay.
And it's the first 2-night SummerSlam, so this is saying that...
Really, does SummerSlam need to be 2 nights?
No.
Not really.
I mean, I guess if you book it correctly, yes, but I don't think it should. WrestleMania, I think it's gotten so big it has to be 2 nights now.
Yeah.
But SummerSlam, it just depends on how you book it.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's kind of like graduations. Like graduation from preschool to kindergarten, and then kindergarten to first grade, and then all these other... The more graduations you have, the less impactful they seem to be.
Yeah.
So the more 2-night events that you have, I think the more it takes away from WrestleMania just being their only 2-night event.
Yeah, it waters that concept down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I very much, at first I was a little weary about WrestleMania being 2 nights, because of just, it was first introduced during the pandemic era, and that was just that's how they had to book it. I mean, they were put into a corner. I get it.
They also kind of, I guess, saw New Japan, because New Japan just did that with Wrestle Kingdom in January that year.
Exactly. Which it did not go over as well in New Japan. As someone who has watched his fair share of Wrestle Kingdoms, I was not a fan of it.
And then
in
they
New
went to
Japan.
3 nights one year.
Yeah, they
And the third night was like a week later.
yeah, and it wasn't even at the Tokyo Dome. Yeah. It was across the way at the what was it? Sumo Hall, I think. Ryogoku Sumo Hall. I think I don't know. I'm messing up on that probably. But yeah, they went to 3 nights, and then they were like, nope, we're just going to keep it to 1 night.
And now it's semi back to 2.
Yep. Which leads me to my next. We just got all the segues today.
Yeah.
Leads me to my next story. The next story we're going to bring up. So Forbidden Door was last Sunday, a week from today, and New Japan, along with AEW, announced they will be having Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th. Starting next year in 2025.
At the Tokyo Dome.
Yes, at the Tokyo Dome. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Japanese wrestling, New Japan, and the January 4th Tokyo Dome show, it is basically, and I think I've said this on the program before, it is basically their WrestleMania. It is always on January 4th. If January 4th falls on a Tuesday, it's on a Tuesday. If it falls on a Thursday, it's on a Thursday. If it falls on a Sunday, as stated before. So... they are going to have Wrestle Kingdom, solely New Japan. Of course, they tend to bring in other wrestlers from other promotions, but New Japan's WrestleMania, a.k.a. Wrestle Kingdom, a.k.a. their WrestleMania, will be January 4th as per usual. But they've announced a partnership and sort of a Forbidden Door type deal for them on January 5th, the very next day at Tokyo Dome. This is coming from New Japan's website. Quote, a huge announcement was made during Forbidden Door as it was revealed the Tokyo Dome will play host to Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th, 2025. 5 promotions will come together for one mega card as New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, CMLL, ROH, and Stardom will all be under the roof of the Dome just 24 hours after Wrestle Kingdom 19. A night of dream matches is in store to kick off the year.
Okay, let's be honest here. It's 4 promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor is AEW.
Yeah.
Like, it's 4 promotions.
They need to treat it like this, but it's basically their NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what Ring of Honor has been relegated to, which nothing against Ring of Honor. I never really saw them being a huge player.
Yeah, basically with them, if you're under an ROH contract, you're under an AEW contract, and vice versa.
Yeah, they're under the same ownership. Yeah. So yeah, it basically is 4 promotions. But I don't know. I like it. I like that they're going to try to do their own version of Forbidden Door in Japan. We'll see how that goes. Like what Josh pointed out, they did go to a 2-night event with Wrestle Kingdom. That worked out sort of, but they stretched it to 3, and it kind of went back to 1. Now they're, I guess, going to dabble with it a little bit, but put a little twist on the second night. So
did a little checking. That will actually be on a Sunday this year. This event will be.
Oh, so Wrestle Kingdom will be on Saturday, and then Wrestle Dynasty will be on Sunday.
Well, I guess technically Sunday, Monday, our time, but whatever.
Yeah. If you're in the United States and you're like, hey, I want to watch this stuff, well, just know that they're 14 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
And typically for Wrestle Kingdom, you're getting up. Trust me from experience, you're getting up about 1 o'clock in the morning after taking a quick power nap. And you're going to be up till about 7 or 8 o'clock watching wrestling. Now, I will say, out of all the wrestling I have experienced as a lifelong fan, it is definitely the most unique experience, one of the most unique experiences, because you're watching this wrestling show live on the other side of the world while your part of the world is still asleep.
Yeah. Well, and also the Japanese crowd is a lot quieter.
Yes. So for those of you that maybe are like wanting to like watch a little bit more Japanese professional wrestling, Puroresu, the Japanese crowds are a little different. And what Jason is alluding to there is they will start off rather quiet, and then they gradually will build up as the match is going on. For them, at the beginning, they're trying to show as much respect to the performers as possible, because even though we look at it as entertainment here, and they sort of do to an extent, it is more or less art / like I guess sports entertainment for them. So it is. It's like it is a little jarring at first because you're used to the U.S. crowds being rowdy and loud and all of this. Actually, Carl Anderson, when he first went to Japan, he said it caught him off guard because he thought he was doing something wrong, and then you just gradually hear the crowd get louder and louder and louder. So. But yeah, so Wrestle Kingdom will be on Sunday. Wrestle Dynasty will be on Saturday. Wrestle Dynasty will be on Sunday. So, and just to stick with AEW, and the last story before we take the break. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland had their main event last Sunday. Swerve went over Ospreay.
Yes.
So some people didn't think that was going to happen. Thought that maybe they were going to put the belt on Ospreay. This is coming from, it's been reported by Fightful Select, but I pulled it from the sportster.com. Quote, a recent report from Fightful Select cleared up why and what they're in context, what they're talking about, why Swerve went over Ospreay. It was actually Ospreay himself who pushed for the match to happen so early into his AEW run, as he reached out to higher-ups within the company about wanting to put Strickland over. The two men are longtime friends, and Ospreay wanted to remove the idea that Strickland was a placeholder champion until he took the title at Wembley Stadium. Ospreay also wanted to be a team player and set an example to the roster that nobody should be above losing to whoever is the world champion.
Okay,
end quote.
Stop me if I'm wrong here, but didn't Ospreay get the visual pin on Strickland?
I'm not sure. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
I was doing other things, so I could not watch Forbidden Door live. I didn't get a chance to watch it at all.
Well, okay, listeners, tell me on Facebook if I'm wrong on this, that Ospreay got the visual pin on Strickland. But he's saying no one is above losing to the champ.
True.
As long as everyone sees that I can beat him.
Is it? Maybe it's just me. It feels weird that Ospreay had to do this to push someone. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because he's not the champion. He's more newer to AEW than Strickland is, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, and I think if what is being reported is true, again, I didn't watch the match, so I can't fully comment on that.
Yeah.
But if this report is true, which I'm assuming that it is, I'm okay with this because I feel like some people were looking at Swerve Strickland as a placeholder champion. Like, for example, we'll just switch over to WWE. Cody, he has been presented more as a champion than Swerve, but Cody, since he won the title, as happens a lot with people who have a great run to the title, they kind of start cooling off a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, the story with faces are their road to the title, not them having the title.
And that's true. That's very true.
That's where the heel comes in. Is the heel's story is how will they retain the title, and it's all about building up that face or the baby face that's going to take it off of them.
Yeah.
So I just think it's kind of hard whenever you have a baby face as your champ.
That's very true. It's hard. Yeah, you make a very good point. It is hard to have, unless I guess. Well, I don't know how you would exactly. Outside of maybe doing a full-on Hogan and just having him destroy everybody. I mean, that's the one face that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, I know back in the day, faces did hold the title for a very long time. Case in point, Bruno Sammartino. Yeah.
I was going to say Drew McIntyre during the pandemic, I thought did a pretty good job. But then again, he was kind of like, he was a face, but he was also had that edge to him too. So
true. I mean, but you can't, I don't think you can again, it all depends on the presentation. I don't know if you could fully go white meat babyface.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I know that it's, I mean, different time, different, you know, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But like I said, if this, you know, story is true, I think it is the right thing to do. And if anything, if Ospreay does sort of become that, what some people are reporting, the locker room leader backstage in AEW, they need it. They need somebody to round up everybody and be like, hey, you know, kind of keep people in check. Kind of like how Undertaker was with WWE for years. Yeah. Now, we don't know exactly who is. Well, I don't know. Do we have any idea who the locker room leader is in WWE now that Taker's gone? Or is there any idea?
I mean, you could maybe say Cody a little bit. I'm trying to think who's up there. Rey Mysterio, possibly.
No, yeah, I guess it depends on seniority.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in my opinion, yeah, they do. They need somebody to kind of be the Undertaker in that locker room.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, actually, Randy most likely could be that.
Well, did you see that AEW had a huge return?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
Actually, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break.
It's a massive return.
No. It was
the Express is coming.
Earth shattering.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will revisit this idea. So stay tuned.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out, episode 44. I am your current Grill Out Predictions heavyweight champion.
No, you're
your
not.
host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and that is former Grill Out's Predictions heavyweight champion.
Still.
The reflection of deception. Yeah. The deception of perfection, no. Jason Lykens.
No, oh, God. You don't get it. You didn't sign the contract. You didn't read the contract. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. You are not the champ.
I am the champ.
No.
And the champ is here.
No. You can be a paper champ if that's going to make you feel better.
I want the 10 ounces of plastic.
Yeah.
Well, then you have to earn it. Okay? Well, you have to get in line. Granted, it's a short line. There's 3 of us. And it's Josh, who should always be at the end of the line. So really, I mean, what it comes down to is, yeah, you deserve a shot, but when?
True.
Speaking of a line, what line?
True. What line? That's Josh Cole, baby.
Okay, never mind.
No, whatever.
What?
It was an actual segue, but I guess y'all didn't get it. It's a line between Mercedes Moné and who we're about to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
No, it's just not a good segue.
It is if you understood it.
So
yeah, but if you have to be like, here's the reason why it works. You see, there's a line between one and the other.
Back in WWE, Sasha Banks, there was a line said to her about what line in regards to a championship.
Yeah.
And then Britt Baker said it right back to her on her return.
Yeah.
Regarding the title.
And then said
Monet told her to get to the back of
B
the
word a
line.
lot.
Yeah.
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 So what line?
Okay.
So they're both segueing at the moment because Jason did it before the break. Not only did Marco Stunt return.
Huge return.
Huge return.
Marco Stunt.
So much so I didn't realize it.
Marco stunted growth.
Dinosaur.
Dr. Britt Baker.
DMD.
DMD did make her return to AEW.
At the Forbidden Door.
The DMD did return.
Yes, she did. She returned to
Shucky
Forbidden.
ducky quack quack.
There it is.
Oh my gosh! Someone at the regatta last night said that the Shucky Ducky.
Did they
do
really?
Quack quack part, but it was Treach or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Oh my!
During the 90s show.
I didn't realize that. We were there. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he said Shucky Ducky. He didn't do the quack quack, but he did the Shucky
Well,
Ducky.
I mean, if you're going to say shucky ducky, you got to say quack quack.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. He didn't go there.
But so Britt Baker, she returns. Crazy enough, she's been out for 10 months because she had a mini stroke. She had some other injuries,
Okay.
but she said she felt numbness on one side. She went and got medical attention for that. She had a mini stroke.
Wow.
So that's why she's been out for 10 months. Mercedes Moné, as we know, she is the current champion, TBS champion.
Does
and
like myself.
Yeah.
no. Current champion, like me. She is also the NJPW Strong Women's Champion. I think that's correct.
Much like Josh.
And, she's been pretty stale,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. Went ahead and turned her heel.
Yeah.
So it looks like that they're setting up. It's going to be Britt Baker against Mercedes Moné. I'm pulling this. Yeah, I'm just pulling this straight from WrestleTalk.com. Of course, Britt Baker. She's sitting there talking about how she had a mini stroke. She in November 2023, she was experiencing numbness in her right arm and sought medical attention. She would go on to say that fast forwarding to now, she is medically cleared to compete. This is Britt Baker talking. Turning her attentions to Mercedes Moné, Baker took a few shots at the current TBS champion, including noting that she was manipulating her fans, air quotes, by piping in the CEO chant in her entrance music. I like that little touch right there.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how it's sort of been presented.
Yes.
It's kind of weird. But hey, I'm glad that they're doing a little shift on that. Baker's interview was then interrupted by Mercedes Moné arriving to the venue on the big screen and being greeted by the Young Bucks, who congratulated Moné on her win at Forbidden Door and said she's a CEO they can get behind. And she seemed very friendly with the Bucks. While Britt Baker was still in the ring, not quite done with her interview segment, production assistants began to decorate the ring for Moné's celebration. Moné came out to the ring through the heel tunnel for the first time since she joined AEW and joined Baker in the ring. And then, of course, they had their barbs back and forth as to what Josh was alluding to.
Yeah.
I just think if you're going to call yourself the CEO, that's a heel gimmick.
And you're going to pipe in the CEO chants.
It's just heel. Like that. It's as if Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, trying to make him a babyface. Like it's not going to work.
And honestly, Moné, Sasha, whatever, she's better as a heel. Much better as a heel.
I don't know why anyone would not want to be a heel.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was kind of their plan to bring her in as a face, and then eventually, I don't know. I should have just done it from the jump.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do like the little. I went ahead and when not metaphorically circled where she mentioned, "Hey, you're just manipulating your fans by piping in the CEO chant."
Yeah.
I will say I like Mercedes' little catchphrase. It kind of pulls from the $1 Million Man. There's a price to pay when you mess with Mercedes Moné.
There you go. Jason is looking intently at Josh right now.
That's not. She actually said that.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I just don't think it's as good as Shucky Ducky Quack Quack.
Yeah.
Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. You mess with me, you get a heart attack. It just Shucky Ducky Quack Quack is so much better.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Everybody's got a price to pay when you're the $1 Million. When you mess with Mercedes Moné. And then she does her laugh and stuffs $100 bill in someone's mouth. Oh,
yep.
No, that was also Ted DiBiase.
Yeah. But yeah, so Britt Baker returns. Moné has turned heel. Where do they go from this? I don't know.
To All In.
That it's going to All
I
In.
would imagine a match.
Yeah, it's going to go to All In, but I don't know who's. Do you put the belt back on Baker? I mean, well, I don't know. She hasn't been TBS champion. She's been world champion.
She
has
could
not
be
been
the first to hold both.
So that right there is, to me, incentive enough to put the belt on her. But would then at that point, Monet's sort of a transitional champion. She's defended it maybe she's defended it once. I know that. Twice maybe.
When is All In?
August.
End of August, yeah.
No, I think that's too soon.
Too soon to put the belt on Baker.
Yeah.
Like you got a point there.
I think maybe you have the match,
Yeah.
and then you have Monet win via nefarious heel doings. Or maybe, they have the match, Baker wins, but Monet, brings to the attention that they didn't sign a contract. And if it's not in writing, then it's not a title change.
It is a title change. I have an idea, though.
Yeah.
Now, this depends on where Jamie Hayter is on her clearance medically. I say you have the match, like what you're saying, Baker versus Monet. You have Monet win by nefarious ways, and those nefarious ways is Jamie Hayter coming back, originally seeming like she's going to side with Baker, turns on her.
Yeah, could be.
She gets bought out.
I mean, might not be bad. And then
and
she becomes Monet's Virgil.
No.
No?
I mean, she could be. I don't see her being the Virgil. Well, no, I don't want to see that. I don't. Jamie Hayter's. She's better than that.
Well, yeah.
And also it would sting even more because they'll be in the UK.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of Sting, though, still doesn't like Josh.
I haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah.
Thought I'd bring it back.
Just to stick with AEW, the finals for the Owen Hart Cup have been set. Your women's final will be Willow Nightingale trying to go back-to-back against Mariah May. And then
It's going to be May.
It's going to be May.
God, I hate both of you.
And then the men's will be Bryan Danielson taking on Adam Page. The finals will be this upcoming Wednesday on Dynamite.
Adam Page was, in fact, the wild card.
He was the wild card against Jeff Jarrett.
So who do you think is going to win on that?
Page.
Page?
Yep.
Yeah. Continue that story with Strickland.
Yep. He's going to have a fight on his hands with Danielson.
Yeah.
I mean, Danielson can make anybody look like $1 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess unless something happens and Danielson wins, I see Paige doing it. I see Paige and Mariah May walking out as the winners for the Owen Hart Cup.
May makes sense because it furthers possible tension between her and Toni Storm.
Yep.
And then Paige, of course, his history with Strickland. Because Danielson also said he doesn't want to win the title. So,
yeah.
Shoot-wise, he doesn't want to win.
Well, I don't think he needs it.
Yeah.
No, it's Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, maybe not the world title. I think he should maybe win the TNT title, win some or tag title with some type of gold before he hangs it completely up.
I would like to see the world title on him, but maybe put the trios on him with him and the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, could do that. I mean, I guess it does depend on who Danielson, what Danielson wants to do.
Yeah.
That's what all that comes down to. And speaking of, I know we talked earlier about locker room leaders. I mean, I guess Danielson is also technically the one guy backstage who, I mean, he'll find you. You act up on line. Here comes Bryan Danielson with his fine book, ready to write a monetary fine to you for something that you said on Twitter. And yes, I am still calling it Twitter.
Yeah,
it's X, but it's
Twitter.
It's Twitter. Yeah. It's just
okay, boomer.
You can call me a boomer all you want. I had a MySpace at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
we all did.
Yeah.
Hey, was Tom in your top friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tom. I'm still friends with Tom.
Never turned his back on us.
No, Tom was always there for us.
Tom made.
You hear that, Zuckerberg? Tom was always there for us.
Hear that, Zucky, quack, quack.
You know, MySpace actually still exists. It's just like some kind of music
Didn't
thing.
Justin Timberlake buy it?
What is it?
Didn't Justin Timberlake buy it?
I thought it was Jack Black.
I don't know.
Somebody bought it. Basically, Tom made his millions, and I think or billions. He made a lot of money off of MySpace basically retired right there and just travels the world doing photography. That's literally what he does now.
Huh.
I think he's on Instagram.
Still uses the same picture though.
Yes.
So he's a photographer.
Yes.
So you would think that his picture would have been a lot better.
You would think. But I also think, well,
Do you use a flip phone?
well, it was the early 2000s. So.
I know. I was there, Jeff.
I was too. I had on my MySpace page, I had it coded to where it was Stone Cold Steve Austin and there were beer bottles raining down that had Stone Cold's logo on it. Yes, I was that guy. And the music I had on my MySpace page was wrestling theme songs.
Okay, you want to hear what mine was then?
Go for it.
Basic.
Oh, you just went with the classic white and blue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But Tom was my number one friend, Tom.
No, he wasn't.
He
No, he wasn't for me.
He was for me.
I was friends with him.
I never turned my back on Tom, and Tom never let me down.
Listen, 8-year-old me was ruthless.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was your space.
Yeah, this is my space, Tom.
Yeah. I was in junior high and high school. So, yeah.
But yeah, so that is the Owen Hart Cup, the finals for it. Shifting gears back to WWE real quick. We have new tag team champions. DIY beat A-Town Down, Grayson Waller and Austin
They
Theory.
did it themselves.
What is it?
They did it themselves.
They did it themselves. Triple H pointed out on X, Twitter, that it was the same building DIY won the NXT tag titles.
That's cool.
So yeah, I like that little tie-in right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is your new tag team champions as far as WWE goes there. Also, kind of glossed over this earlier when we were talking about announcements. Bad Blood, WWE Bad Blood, will be making its return in Atlanta, Georgia on October 5th.
After 20 years, it's back.
Yeah, and Michael Cole pointed out on the Money in the Bank broadcast that October 5th is 27 years since the first Bad Blood. I think so. That's what he said on commentary. I did not fact check him.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay.
It's also the anniversary of the first Hell in a Cell match because, yeah.
Yep, yep, that makes sense because Corey Grave did bring that up as well about the Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah. Now, what was the main event for the original Bad Blood?
It was the first Hell in a Cell. Was it Michaels and Taker?
I'm Googling. Hold up, just talk amongst yourselves.
So I can't remember if that was the main event or not.
Well, there was the Hell in a Cell was the main event.
It was originally an In Your House pay-per-view.
Yeah.
In 1997.
Yeah, it was In Your House, Bad Blood.
The first
right?
there was only been
Bad
three,
Blood In Your House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other
There's
way
only
around,
been 3 In Your House or Bad Bloods. All the main events were Hell in a Cells. This one might be, who knows, but
The Hell in a Cell match between Michaels and Taker was the main event. And if memory serves me correct, is this the same Hell in a Cell match where Michaels hurt his back?
No, that was a casket match.
Oh, yep, that was
Yeah.
yep.
This was the one where that's got to be Kane.
Oh yeah, that's where Kane debuted.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Wait, did you two seriously forget about that part?
yeah.
I kind of did.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the main takeaway from the match was the debut of Kane.
Do you
That
want
Bad
to?
Blood
Paul
had
Bear.
2 Ds too.
Do you want to hear the?
Yes.
Do you want to hear the original, like the
I wanna
original
hear the
card?
whole card,
The
yeah.
whole card. Okay.
Yeah.
The In Your House card.
Yeah, so the opening match was the Nation of Domination. D'Lo Brown, Kama Mustafa, and Rocky Maivia, he wasn't going by the Rock yet, defeated the Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk by pinfall. It was a handicap match. Next match was a tag team match. We got Max Mini and Nova defeating Mozak and Tarantula by pinfall.
Tarantula.
This next match was for the WWF Tag Team Championship. The Godwins, Henry and Phineas Godwin, with Uncle Cletus, defeated the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, by pinfall.
Wow.
Then we had a singles match for the vacant WWF Intercontinental Championship. Owen Hart defeated Farouk by pinfall.
Wow.
Next match, yeah. We're stepping down memory lane on this one. The next match was an 8-man tag match. The Disciples of Apocalypse, 8-Ball, Chains, Crush, and Skull defeated Los Barricus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
I can't say it, but yeah.
We'll say that. Jesus Castillo Jr., Jose Estrada Jr., Miguel Perez Jr., and Savio Vega by pinfall. The Disciples of Apocalypse won that match. And the semi-main event was Bret Hart and the British Bulldog defeating the Patriot and Vader in a flag match. That went 23 minutes and 13 seconds.
Wait, what year is this?
1997.
1997.
Yes.
And what kind of match was it?
A flag match.
So was Vince Russo there at this time? I think he was.
I think he was.
Yeah, I think he was indeed.
He was because he didn't. When did he go to WCW? Was it 99 or 2000?
99. Sounds right.
Well, because if there's anyone who should have to retrieve anything off of a pole, it should be Vader.
Yeah,
That's true. I don't even know what to make of that one. It's funny, that went 23 minutes and 13 seconds.
Jeez.
I mean, you got Bret Hart in there, so
No, I mean Vader could go. I'm not taking anything away from Vader.
Vader, yeah. The Bulldog, depending on what kind of shape he's in,
Yeah.
could go. But then again, you got Bret there, so Bret could carry him.
Yeah.
And then
Bret carried him at Wembley.
that's true. He did carry. That was 92.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Patriot is the Patriot.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the original Kurt Angle theme song.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yep. There's a neat bit of trivia for you today. But yeah, that was the original Bad Blood card from 1997, and yes.
Well, maybe next week we'll talk about the second Bad Blood card.
That we could. Yeah. Yes, and that was October 5th, 1997 in St. Louis, Missouri. And the buy rate was 240,000 buys.
That doesn't matter anymore, really.
No, it doesn't.
WWE.
But at 1997 numbers, that was good.
I mean, and the main thing is that's got to be Kane.
That's got to be Kane. And just to stick with the spooky in WWE,
Yes.
these Uncle Howdy vignettes
Yes.
on Raw. Oh my goodness.
There you are.
They now he just sounds like Paul Bearer.
Yeah, I mean. Yes, my Undertaker.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I can do it, Paul Bear.
I love pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Uncle Howdy vignettes that have been showing on Raw. Bray Wyatt, Josh and I were actually talking about this yesterday going to Regatta Pro. Bray Wyatt pointed out about Bo Dallas, about his brother, said that he's one of the most underestimated performers on the roster.
Yeah.
I think we're about to see that from him, and we've already sort of been seeing that with these, Uncle Howdy sort of interviewing Bo Dallas and them going back and forth and going straight there, bringing up Bray, his passing and everything, and how it has affected Bo Dallas, and how they're basically sitting there insinuating that yes, that Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas are one and the same.
Well, here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that you're going to have some fans that when Uncle Howdy's in the ring are going to start chanting for like the B team. Because it's stuff that whenever Bray first came out, people were chanting Husky Harris.
True.
So, and that's something that can instantly kill any kind of push, any kind of character development. It's like, just let it cook. Let's see what happens.
It's smart that they're doing vignettes. Now that you point that out, it's smart that they're doing vignettes first with Uncle Howdy to sort of set that tone before they've already had him in front of the crowd for the debut with the Wyatt Six, but doing these vignettes and sort of setting that tone before he goes out there, I think is going to be is a smart move. Also, how long ago was the B team? Several years ago.
2016, 2017, something like that.
So maybe
18.
maybe some people have forgotten about that.
Maybe.
Bo has sort of addressed that in a way.
Really?
They forgot about them. That's the whole idea behind this family.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
This is why we bring you the analysis, ladies and gentlemen. No, I think it's awesome. I think the spookiness of it. I think I know there's some people that have talked about, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. That they basically went back there and massacred everybody and all of this. And it's the same people who don't like the Undertaker. To each their own.
Yeah.
If you don't like the spooky stuff, I get it. If you want, you like your professional wrestling to seem a little more real, that's you. Okay, it is an art form. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. I am thoroughly enjoying Uncle Howdy.
Well, the great thing is that hopefully on a show there's something for everyone to enjoy.
Yes.
You know, that what this is a big vaudeville act.
I was getting ready to bring
You're
that
going
up.
to have your serious acts. You're going to have your comedic acts. You're going to have your sad acts. This is just, it's entertainment. It is, I mean, it's sports entertainment. These are athletes entertaining you.
Yes.
If you don't like something, that doesn't mean you have to bash it.
No. Just pull the old Hogan. That don't work for me, brother.
Yeah. And then, make your own beer.
Yeah.
Go on the 700 Club.
Yeah. Much love, HH.
But yeah, no, and no, I was actually getting ready to bring that up because you have said that to me before, and I think that's a great way of putting professional wrestling and what it is. It's a giant vaudeville show.
Well, I mean, you have to remember, I'm also older than you all, so I probably remember vaudeville.
Well, you were at the First Supper.
I was.
The Last Supper. He was at the Last Supper and the First Supper. But yeah, I'm still champ.
There is a nice little Easter egg with these vignettes. They're actually in the funhouse.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, but you see the door and kind of the windows.
Well,
there.
have you tried opening your eyes and not being afraid and hiding under the blankets every time they come on?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, no. Fair.
Yep. Nope. I will still hide under the covers.
Yep. With your teddy bear?
Yep.
And your Chucky milk.
And the 10 ounces of plastic.
And your chicken
No.
nuggets.
No, listen.
And your juice boxes.
Quick side note.
We're going to wrap it up there.
Have you seen the Build-A-Bear? Build-A-Bear has a Mothman.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
wow.
build a Mothman now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with wrestling.
No.
Yeah.
But, yeah. We went on a tangent about MySpace, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Miss you, Tom.
Yeah. Tom, if you ever want to be interviewed, we'll be more than happy to have you. But that's going to do it for this segment, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have On This Day in Wrestling History and the main event. Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and your current Grill Out Predictions Heavyweight Champion.
No, you're not.
That's Jason Lykens, the reflection of deception.
The current retaining champ.
No. No.
Okay, well then, whose possession is the 10 ounces of plastic?
I don't know. You didn't bring it in.
Yeah, because I didn't need to, because I'm still the champ.
He's pulled a CM Punk.
The champ is here, and I'm pointing at the chair that I am sitting.
That other voice is Josh Cole, baby.
Yeah.
Not important.
He's just as important on this show. All right. On this day in wrestling history. July 7th, 1996, WCW Bash at the Beach was held in the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Daytona Beach.
In front of 8,300 fans. The main event of the night was billed as the Hostile Takeover match and had Team WCW Randy Savage, Sting, Lex Luger, and Lex Luger.
Savage,
Yeah.
Sting,
And Lex Luger.
Luger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you looking at me like you need confirmation?
I was waiting for I teed it up for him. Face off against the outsiders,
Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and a mystery third man.
Hall and Nash came to the ring without a partner, but as Luger was taken out of the match early on, it made it a 2v2 match.
2-on-2.
Towards the end of the match, Hulk Hogan made his way to the ring, causing Hall and Nash to jump outside,
Much love.
leaving a downed Savage on the mat.
On the mat.
Hogan, in a shocking betrayal to WCW, hit Savage with multiple leg drops and turned heel for the first time in recent memory.
Multiple leg drops.
Nash and Hall got back in the ring, and the NWO was formed.
NWO.
World Order.
For life.
For life. Yeah. There you go. I really wanted to bring that up. I did not realize that today is the anniversary of that. That's
Yeah.
what?
Today is the birthday of the
28?
NWO.
Yep, 28 years ago
Yeah.
was that. So moving
Much
on,
love.
HH. A promotion we don't talk about very much on here, but we've seen our fair share of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, previously at some previous lives with Jeff and spent a good bit of work time watching this stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
July 7th, 2017 at WCPW Loaded.
What Culture Pro Wrestling?
In Manchester, England. That's the show, Loaded in Manchester, England. War Machine, Hanson and Raymond Rowe.
That's the Viking Raiders, right?
It is.
Yep. Became the WCPW Tag Team title holders after beating the Swords of Essex, Scott Wainwright and Will Ospreay.
Whatever happened to that Ospreay fella?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's some are saying that he's the locker room leader in AEW.
What about that Scott Wainwright?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I legitimately don't know on that one.
July 7th, 2018, NJPW G1 Special in San Francisco was held at the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California.
Same friend.
On the show, the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship was won by Juice Robinson after he beat Jay White.
Juice beat Jay.
So, fun fact real quick about that match. Josh Barnett and Jim Ross were on commentary. Yep. And Jay White slung Juice into the railing, knocking JR over, and like Josh Barnett was shoot mad at Jay.
Yeah, I mean it's JR.
Yeah, like he was not happy about that one, and it was just kind of funny seeing Jay just try to get away from Barnett. Yeah. But the G1 Special in San Francisco, I wish they would run more shows. Wrestling would run more shows at the Cow Palace.
Yeah,
like
AEW's done it a few times.
Who is it?
AEW's done it a couple of times.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it should be more, but I don't know. That's me. The Cow Palace is a very very.
Do you think AEW should bring Josh Barnett in?
For what?
I don't know. Just to have him do some matches.
Well, they've currently got sort of working relationship with WWE.
Yeah,
Bloodsport.
That's true. So,
Shayna Baszler's going there. Julius, one of the Creed brothers, are going to be there too.
Yeah. So should WWE bring in Josh Barnett?
Maybe.
If you're going to, yeah, they could bring him in.
I know TNA has brought him in before.
Yeah. And
now there's kind of a working relationship with TNA. So.
Yeah. I mean, they've been making moves.
Yeah.
That was on this day in wrestling history. Here is the final segment, the main event, where we go ahead and we give you an update on what the week ahead for professional wrestling, nationally, internationally, and locally looks for you. Nationally and internationally, we have your regularly scheduled programming. Outside of this Wednesday on Dynamite will be the Owen Hart Cup Finals. It will take place in Owen's hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Then, next Saturday, the 13th, it will be Pro Wrestling Noah Destination 2024. Naomichi Marufuji will be taking on AJ Styles. We talked about that.
Phenomenal.
It will be phenomenal. We talked about that match a couple of an episode or two ago. So yeah, that will be this Saturday actually. So locally, what you're looking at. This upcoming Thursday, July 11th, Appalachian Championship Wrestling continues its Buffalo Wild Wings season with the Guarantee. This is a free show that will be held in the parking lot of the Southridge Buffalo Wild Wings in South Charleston, West Virginia.
Free.
Meet and greet is at 6:30 p.m. with a bell time of 7. Seating is very limited, so bring your own chair.
Again, free.
It's free. Yeah. Go
Guaranteed
out.
free.
Yep. Go out and support local wrestling. Go out and support independent wrestling.
Yeah, but the rest of these shows are all going to be on July 13th, correct?
Yes. The rest of these will be on Saturday, July 13th. Mega Pro Wrestling will be at the Marmot Recreation Center in Marmot, West Virginia, presenting the Claim the Fame tournament. 8 men will enter, but only one will claim the fame and earn a shot at the Mega Pro Championship. Bell time is at 7:30. Front row is $20. General admission is $15, and kids get in free with a paying adult. Route 33 Wrestling is back in action in Spencer, West Virginia at the Armory on Main Street. Bell time is at 7 p.m. And tickets are $15, while kids 5 and under get in free with a paying adult.
If you don't got an adult, you don't get in free.
Exactly, kiddos. You got to have an adult to go in there that's actually paying. United States Wrestling presents Stars and Stripes at the Elmore Volunteer Fire Department in Elmore, West Virginia. Bell time is at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Ringside is $25.
$25.
And general admission is $15.
1.5.
This event will also have a couple of showcase matches featuring wrestlers from Real Shoot Wrestling.
Real Shoot Wrestling.
Real.
Also, a shout out to Real Shoot Wrestling.
Real Shoot Wrestling.
Which often does shows here in West Virginia.
WV.
As they will be making a trip over to Parma, Ohio to present to present Shock to the System.
Shock to the system.
At the American Legion Post 703 bell time.
703.
Bell time is at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Front row is $25.
25.
And general admission is $20. And that is your week of wrestling looking ahead.
You didn't let me say $20.
Oh, go ahead.
$20.
Sunday.
Well,
it's all on Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday, July 13th.
Go like the Facebook page. We've been getting a lot of engagement over there. Keep that up. Keep sharing it. Tell
General
everybody.
admission is $20. That's 25 minus 5. $20. 15 plus 5. $20.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go like the
Facebook.
Facebook page. Go like the Facebook page.
Like the MySpace page. We don't have one.
Maybe we should start one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com. And again, with the Facebook page, just make sure you share it. Let everybody know about it. If they don't like wrestling,
make them like it.
Yeah.
Tell them like it anyways.
Yeah, tell them that we can, we can sort of help get them involved.
Tell them to like the page. I mean,
just like the Facebook page.
How does it affect them? It doesn't.
Yeah. Turn our notifications off, just like the Facebook page.
Just like it.
But also share it with other wrestling
We just
fans.
want to be liked.
The things I do for love.
I want to know what 20 is. It's 15 plus 5.
And until next time, fellow wrestling fans, have a good one.
Bye-bye.